We had a gathering at our house, our new place, this week. We had a housewarming barbecue a couple weeks ago, but the one we had this past last night was specifically a prayer gathering, or a time to come together for sacred singing and singing to the divine. And we had done it a couple times at the other place, and so we've made some connections with the community. And then they brought friends, and people from different communities in our life came as well, and we sang songs to God. And my friend has a gong temple and she's visiting, and she brought out her gongs, and there was this gonging session. It was really something, and all these beautiful people came and I think enjoyed themselves and felt safe, and we were able to just connect in a safe space, and it was just so beautiful. And of course there was food, and then I had somebody show up who's staying with us that helped me kind of clean the house and get it ready, and helped me prepare the food and just with the setting up. And then that same person and then another friend just like cleaned the dishes and got the dishwasher going, and like helped clean up after the gathering, and it just made it so much more manageable and delightful. It was just delightful. We just had such a lovely time. And at the end of the night, Ansel and I looked at each other, and we just high-fived each other. We're like, wow, this is what we wanted. We wanted to make friends. We wanted to have connections. So we said we are going to become the place that those connections can happen, and that as people come to our space, we will get to make new friends and meet new people and draw those kinds of people to us, whoever it is that we're meant to connect with. And last night was kind of like the beginning, and I guess astrologically that is what's happening in the planets right now, is it's about beginnings and endings. And so and it was great, and it was just the beginning. As I get more comfortable with hosting and learning how to facilitate an event like this happening in our space, and as we get more comfortable with the space and kind of how we can operate within it, it's almost overwhelming, because I've had a lifetime of pondering how to make my offering to the world. Ever since I was a little girl growing up in the church, I knew I wanted to work in ministry. At the time, all I had was the context of the church for understanding what that looked like, missionary work, or being a minister, or in my imaginings being married to a minister and working alongside him. And over the years, I've been in different environments. The temple environment is it draws you in. You go and you work, and you do seva, and you offer it. It's selfless service from your heart with delight, because the serving is the way in which you clear your karma. And so when you serve in an environment like the temple, it's said that you're clearing karma faster, because you're doing so under the grace of the guru, under his blanket, so to speak. And I lived that way of life for so long, and it was so natural to me, just because of the kind of person that I am, that I I turned it into a business. My business's name is Elizabeth's Helping Hands. And now at this point in my life, I'm 42, and I feel like all of the wonderings of what is the future going to hold? What is the future going to hold? What am I going to create in the future? And it was always somewhere in the future. And I started to realize that time has been going by and I hadn't created all of the things that I thought I was going to create. I thought by this time I would have written my book. I have this whole series in my head, and it's such a good book. I've been writing it in my head for 10 years, and I've never just taken the time to sit down. Not never, I have occasionally, but not consistently, not giving the time to write this book. And I know that all I have to do is sit down and put my attention and focus on it and write it. But I get so distracted with the other things. But that is a tangent. But it's all applicable to this Tales of Awakening, because these videos are about conversations about the process of the spiritual journey. And I believe that thoughts create reality. I believe they directly affect the experiences of the reality as it's happening. And the things that I have learned in these teachings help me to see the thoughts that I'm having in real time and how it affects the outcome of the things in our life. And so for me, having this land, having this house, is the thing I have spent my whole life trying to imagine and create for myself. And now it's finally happened. So after a lifetime of struggle and confusion, do I finally get to allow myself to be happy? Can I accept the grace of the goodness of this life and this world for just a moment and sit in the presence of just absolute gratitude? Because at the heart of it all, I am just so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And that gratitude is magic. It's transformative. It's so genuine, and it's just so bursting from me that I can't help but want to connect in it with the other people around me. And when we take the time to sit together in devotional singing in a room with other people, we amplify that love and gratitude with each other. And it happened last night because we facilitated it. We had the idea for it. We took action to make that idea happen. And we manifested this place. And now we have space to do it. And, it happened. And it's going to keep happening. And I'm just so grateful. I'm just so grateful. I have more to say, but I'm going to do it in a later video because I'm going to go sing with my friends. It's Sunday morning, and that's my favorite thing to do. Blessings to you, and it is my hope that the gratitude that I'm sitting in, the blessings that I'm sitting in, the absolute divine flow that I feel like I'm in, that me recording this video in this moment creates an energetic imprint of that experience so that it can be then tapped into later, so that any of you that are struggling can just connect in with this vibration and try to recalibrate, and may it be of assistance to you. There's an energetic blueprint that is being . emanating from me, and this is my attempt to record it and share it with you. So let me know if you feel anything and what your thoughts are about it, and what are your dreams? What are your things that you want to create? Because don't give up on them, because this shit is real, and I cannot believe it, but my life is living proof of it. Namaste. Much love. Many blessings.